TOPAZ Photo AI, the early access version. Hey, there's a new update out. This is version 0.6. And guess what? It keeps getting better, as I knew it would. Remember the missing RAW camera profiles issue? The problem is now solved, and I'll show you what to do, and you won't have that problem anymore. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. I'm so glad you joined me today, and I have some really great news for you. Number one, there's a new update for Photo AI. This is version 0.6. I told you these guys at Topaz are continually working on this. This product is getting better all the time. The release date is sometime in September 2022, but you can get an early version access of this right now and try it for yourself. It's improving, and I love it, and I've got many comments from my YouTube viewers, and you guys seem to really like it as well. I've had mostly positive comments. I've had negative, but mostly positive. I discovered a way around the missing RAW camera profiles, and I'll show you how that works. This is not documented as far as I know. This is something I discovered on my own, but I'll show you and it'll blow your mind. I tested this discovery using TOPAZ DeNoise AI and it didn't work. As far as I know, at this point, it only works with Photo AI, so that's very interesting. I think that this will take the place of DeNoise, Sharpen Ai, and Gigapixel in time, not right away. But the Topaz guys are working and ironing out this AI software, and I think they're putting all this new technology into Photo AI, which, in my opinion, is the future. Let me know in the comments section below what you think. Do you think this is the way it's going? I think it's going to be welcome to everybody because all three great products, DeNoise, Sharpen, and Gigapixel, are all going to be in one product. And remember, it's only an early access version. This is not a completed version. It will improve, even after it's released. Now remember, if you have the image quality bundle, which consists of those three products, DeNoise, Sharpen, and Gigapixel, you can get this early access version and it won't cost you a penny. I'll link this web page in the description below. This is where you can download Photo AI if you own all three of those products, and it's also going to tell you what the changes are. So do yourself a favor, click on that link and check this out for yourself. If you missed out on the image quality bundle sale, hey, you can still save with the image quality bundle. You save $59.98 off of all the different pieces of software. If you don't own all the pieces of software, you can complete your bundle. And then if you have all three of the products, you can download the early access version. Click on the link for the image quality bundle in the description below the video. It'll take you here. But before you go ahead and click buy, this is very important. You must click on account. After you do that, fill in your email and password. Click login to log into your account. Once you're logged into your account, you can go to My Products and see what products that you own. And for instance, you can see I own all these products here, and you can see there's Photo AI. And my upgrade is active until July 19th of 2023. That was a year from the day I downloaded it. So you get that, a full year's license on that. Then what you're going to do is come to Products and go to All Products and click on Buy for $199.99. Now, pay attention here because it's going to know what products you own or what licenses are up to date because you've logged in. And then to complete your bundle, the information will show up. And then don't forget to add my promo code, David Kelly. And then you'll get 15% off whatever it takes to complete your bundle, or if you need to renew a license or whatever. But you will get that 15% savings. I'm just really trying to help you out. And then at that point, I think what you're going to do is go back to your account. And I think if you click on My Products, you're going to get the ability to go ahead and purchase it from there. If you can't, just go back to this page that I linked to you in the description below this video and just download your version right there. Either way, it'll work. And now on to the tutorial. Now I opened this up as a standalone app and I just came up to File and clicked Open, and then the browser comes up and select the images that you want to bring in, and it is a batch editor. And now you see down at the bottom left-hand corner the images that I have brought in. Now, when you bring them into Photo AI, it automatically detects everything for you. I mean, I could literally just hit save 3 images if I was satisfied. But I don't recommend that. I recommend clicking on the images to see if you want to add any extra enhancements. Like, it may say the sharpening's good, but I find at times it's not good and I need to work with the sharpen feature. To me, it makes sense to go ahead and analyze each one of your images, especially if you want a great edit. It's great to start out with good denoising, good sharpening right at the get-go. And remember, you can also upsize here if you want to. Say like you brought in a bunch of iPhone images. You can denoise them, sharpen them, and upsize them all at one time, which is pretty cool. Now, the best way of working is always to denoise and sharpen at the raw level. I wasn't doing that, but I think I'll change my workflow because Photo AI is doing things I didn't think it could do, which is now I no longer have missing camera profiles, which is a big discovery, and I'm going to show that to you coming up. I've tested this discovery out on CR2 files, CR3 files, and Fuji files, RAF files. I'll keep experimenting on other files, but so far I think it's going to work on just about everything. Before I get into the new features, I'm going to let this discovery loose right now. Here it is. All you need to do is convert your RAW files into DNG RAW files. It's just that simple. My Lightroom workflow has always been to bring my RAW files in as DNG files. All I do is click on copy as DNG. It's just that simple. And they come in as a DNG file. If you've never worked that way, you can also convert any of your RAW files into DNG files. Select any files that you want or all files. Come up to Library and click on Convert Photos to DNG, and that's it. For those who work with only ACR, I'm going to link you a page where you can download a DNG converter. And that way you'll be able to convert your RAW files to DNG. If you work with ACR and know a better way of converting your RAW files to DNG, please let us know in the comments section below. To recap, you want to send DNG files into Photo AI, process them, and save them out. And then when you're in Lightroom or ACR, you should be able to work with your matching camera profiles, Adobe profiles, and even a linear profile. Near the end of this video, I will show you that that does indeed work. Well, I just told you what I was so excited about, and I can't tell you how excited I am about it. Now let me get on to some of the new features. One of the new features is when you have your film strip down here, just click these 3 dots and information will come up. You can close the image, close all images, show in Finder, apply the same settings for all the images. Another new feature is face recovery, lock or disabled when no faces are detected. So if you have a face detected, it'll lock on that face. For instance, in this image, I do have a face detected, and I've had some comments saying, show us how the face recovery works. And if we look up here under autopilot, and as I hover over subject detected, you can see it's detected my subject, but it says 1 of 1 detected faces are low quality, image contains raw photo data, subject is in focus, image noise level is medium. So if we click on face recovery, we can see it defaults at 100%. Now I recall in the past from, I think it was Gigapixel, if I'm not mistaken, that face recovery works best at 100%, and then you can pull it back from there. Let me shut it off so you can see the difference. Here's the before face recovery, and here's after. And you can see it's doing a great job. Now, if that's too strong, we can pull it back. And I highly recommend that you play around with these adjustments and get things just the way you like. So I'm thinking maybe right around there. Now it's telling me my image is in focus, but if I wanted to, I could come here to sharpen, and we could add sharpening in here if we wanted to. In my case, I don't want to. I went ahead and clicked on the second image, the butterfly image, and you'll notice up here under autopilot, subject detected. If I hover over the eye, you can see there it is, did a good job. No faces were detected. The image contains raw photo data. The subject is in focus. The image noise level is medium. I'm finding the noise level is almost perfect on all the images. I don't really have to touch noise. But sometimes in Sharpen, hey, it just doesn't get it right. And it did not get it right here. I've used this image in the past on a Sharpen AI video, and I know Sharpen AI can really sharpen this out of focus butterfly up really well. But let's see here. So It's got this wrong. It says it's in focus, it's not. So let's click on Sharpen. And this is why I say always check your images. I think it makes a lot of sense. You'll be happy if you did. Takes a little more time, but I think it's worth it. Now we'll go ahead and let it update itself. It takes a second or two to go ahead and run the analysis on it. And check that out. It looks fantastic. That's lens blur. Now I could click motion blur to see what that's going to look like. Give it a second or two to update here. I don't think it's going to be that good. It might be. I think lens blur was where it was. Yeah, so you can see the job's not as good. Let me go back to lens blur. And again, it's going to re-update itself here. Give it a sec. But yeah, look at that. That looks really good. Now that's at 40%. I could try to give it some more. Let me take it to the right. And yeah, that looks pretty good too, but I think it's too much. I'm going to take it back to 40. I think 40 was good. But again, as I always say, take your time and play around with this stuff and get it right. But there is 40. Now, right now, it's applying this effect to the entire image. How do I know? Because you see here where it says subject only. And if I hover over this, you can see there's a subject. This is shut off. So if I turn this on, it's only going to apply that effect to the subject. And I don't really like the results because if I zoom in to say like 200%, like right in this area after it updates itself, it has to run noise on it, and now it's running sharpening on it. Look, it doesn't do a really good job here, so I'm not satisfied with that. So I'm going to shut this off. Let me go back to 100%. And at 100%, I think it gets it right. Now, I went around and scoped around every part of the image. I'm not going to take the time now because it keeps having to update itself and it's going to make this tutorial too long, but I'll do some pixel peeping when I get this into the Lightroom. I find 9 times out of 10 Sharpen AI gets it right without doing any masking. Right now, we can't paint on our own masks, but I suspect that will be coming in future updates to Photo AI. And now to the final example. Subject is detected, and you can see it's detected that flower. No faces are detected. Image contains raw photo data. Subject is in focus. It's not bad. Let me take this slider and drag it over. As you can see, it's sharpened it up slightly, but I would like that a little bit more. And image noise level is medium. And again, as I said, I find it gets the image noise level right pretty much all of the time. Where it struggles a little bit, at least at this point in the ongoing updating process, it seems a little bit soft in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below if you're experiencing the same issue that I am. And now, so let's click on Sharpen. And that looks a lot sharper. Let me drag this slider over so you can see there's the before, and I'll drag it back to the left. And here is the after, and that looks really good. Now you'll notice it's only applying it to the subject at this point, which in this particular image, I think that makes a lot of sense. If I shut it off, you can see it's making this flower more in focus. But what if I didn't want that? In this case, I don't think I do. So I'm going to turn it back on just to get the subject. And I like that. I like this a little soft and this subject in focus, and that looks good. Now I got a bunch of debris on this flower, which I would have to get rid of that in Photoshop with a healing tool or something like that. But that looks really nice. No noise, super sharp. Now remember, I can take the strength and drag it more to the right and make it even sharper. But for my eyes, that looks really natural, and I'm going to leave it right there. Now all I need to do is click Save 3 Images. And when I do, here's another new feature. We can now save out as a DNG. We couldn't do this before. You notice under Format here, we have choices here. I chose DNG. I'm sending it back to the original folder. I have the suffix of Topaz on it and the prefix of Photo AI, so I'll know how to find those images. I'm going to go ahead and click Save, and I'll find you back in Lightroom, and I'll show you how we can import these into Lightroom very easily. Here I am in Lightroom, back to the folder where the images came from, the original DNG files with no editing on them. All I need to do is right-click on this folder and choose Synchronize folder. Click on that, and those images, you can see Import New Photos 3, click Synchronize, and they'll come right in. And as you can see, they have a prefix of Photo AI and a suffix of Topaz. The next thing I like to do is right click on any one of those images and then click on Go to Folder in Library. The image to the left is the original DNG. The image to the right is the Photo AI result. We'll do some quick comparisons, and then I will show you that the missing profiles are no longer missing, so don't go away. So I got the first image selected. I'm going to go to the XY comparison mode. The image on the left is the original DNG unedited. The image on the right is the Photo AI result unedited. Now I'm seeing very little color shifting, and they are working to improve any color shifting type issues. And that looks pretty good to me. But you can clearly see the image on the right is definitely, the face looks really nice. Let me go ahead and zoom in so we can really see here. So compare the image on the right's face to the image on the left. There's absolutely no noise, and I really like that result. And now for the butterfly. The image on the left, again, is the unedited DNG. The image on the right is the Photo AI unedited, but notice there's really no color shifting that I can see. I'm going to zoom in so you can really see, but notice how much sharper the butterfly is on the right. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom into 100%, and we'll see the difference here. Now, again, the left is the original DNG, the image on the right is the Photo AI, but look how sharp it is, and even that flower down there is great. So I'm totally happy with this final result. And now the last image, the image on the left, the original DNG, the image on the right is the Photo AI DNG, and I don't really see much color shifting, if any. Now let me go ahead and zoom in. Now this is the one where I just focused on the subject. But look at the left. It's a little soft, but look at the image on the right. It is totally sharp. So more than happy with these results. And now let's look at camera profiles and see if they're there. As you can clearly see, I'm on the Photo AI processed image. Let's check our camera profiles out. Let's click on this icon here with the 4 squares. And as you can see, here's all my Adobe color profiles. Here's all my matching color profiles, and here's my linear profile, which I love to use. And now as I hover over these profiles, you can see they're all available for me, which is exciting. And here is my matching camera profiles like Faithful and Landscape, and of course Standard, and my linear profile, but they're all there. I'm going to go ahead and put my linear profile on this and go ahead and close this up. But then at this point, I would just click Auto and start my editing process from there. I am so excited that now with Photo AI, I can now use my camera profiles, Adobe profiles, a linear profile, whatever. I couldn't do this up to this point, but now I can. Well, there you go, everyone. This was a first look at version 0.6 of TOPAZ Photo AI, and I am really happy with this update. It's getting better and better. Hey, I'm really excited. I can now use my matching camera profiles, Adobe profiles, and a linear profile on my cameras. This is a game changer for me, and I hope it is for you out there too that weren't able to use them. My hat goes off to the good people at TOPAZ, the engineers. I found this by accident and I wanted to share it with you. I hope you enjoyed this first look video today. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, click that bell notification icon. Every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll be notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. I'll see you all right here next time, but until then, happy editing!